Yo, what's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 21 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to go over the cheapest, most effective, and best ways to get your all-rookie hero cards in the all-rookie promo that came out today. Now, if you guys were unaware or don't know what's going on with this promo, be sure to check out my previous video today that we did drop, where we cover everything that you need to know and do first about this promo. In this one, we're going to break out a new spreadsheet. So I know a lot of you guys have watched several of my videos and know that we do like to drop various spreadsheets to help you guys calculate values and take advantage of the MUT market. And we got a brand new one. The spreadsheet that's going to be in this video is going to be in the description and the comments of this video. So go ahead and make sure that you guys check out that link. We'll talk about it more, but let's start out by talking about the basics of this promo and how to get the cards, right? What do you need to do? How can you get them? So we're going to visit and go through a bunch of the different sets, and then I'll show you the spreadsheet, and it all makes sense. I may jump around a little bit, and I apologize, but I want to make sure I cover everything and try to remain as clear as possible. So the basis of this promo and these cards are these collectible, these hero tokens, right? And you can earn them a couple different ways. So there's some exchange sets here. Obviously you can get them through packs, but we're not going to talk about packs and spending money and things like that. It's more so through the market. We have these various exchange sets, and those will get you tokens, and you're going to use the tokens to get you these different heroes, and the heroes are 96 and 95 overall. And then basically you take the heroes, you put those into the master sets to get Chase Claypool and Jeremy Chin, and then you take the masters to get the Groat, which is the Javon Curse. So we're really going to focus on the most effective and best ways to get these hero cards, the 95s and 96s that you need to get Jeremy Chin and Chase Claypool. So we put out a new spreadsheet, and again, it's going to be linked to you down below in the comments and the description of this video, and we will do our best to kind of explain what's going on here and how to utilize this spreadsheet. So here it is. Now, the first thing that I'm going to mention is the sections that are highlighted in blue. If you look at kind of the legend in the upper right part, these are the things that you need to fill out yourself or update yourself, because I'm not always going to be there to do it. Now, the best way to do this is go to File and make a copy at the top of this screen, right? And it allows you to edit or rename this spreadsheet and then edit it yourself. So you can put in the various numbers in these blue sections. We'll talk about what all of them mean, but if I'm telling you need to edit it, the blue sections only, we're going to do this, right? So again, I'll explain everything. I'm going to go over the spreadsheet and then kind of the values that are in here based on the current auction house. So the first section we're looking at are the collectibles. How many collectibles you get from that exchange set. So if we jump back over to our MUT screen here, this is specifically for the exchange set. Now, the important thing to note here is that the 90 and 91 exchange sets, they give you random collectibles or random tokens. We don't want to use these. These are too based on luck right now, and if you're going for a specific player, I would stay far, far away from these. What we are going to focus on are the 92 and 93 overall exchange sets. These give you tokens, and you get to pick the tokens you want. Why is this important? Because if you want to get James Robinson done, you need James Robinson tokens. So if we quickly take a look at his set, you need 25 James Robinson tokens. Say this is the only card you want, right? Getting the exchange sets that give you the random tokens are useless because you're probably not going to get all James Robinson tokens. But if you do the 92 or 93 overall exchange set, you do get a fantasy pack where you get to pick the tokens you want. So back to the spreadsheet. We know 92s are going to give you 5 tokens. 93s are going to give you 7 tokens. So basically what I did is I said, what are the price of 92 and 93 overall all rookie cards? So we got right now 50K for 92s and 78K for 93s. This is something that you may need to update yourself, and we'll just quickly spot check it here and show you how I would update the spreadsheet if I were you. We're in 92s, right? We're just going to go here to the auction house, and we're seeing right now 92s are right around 52, 53K. So if we jump back over to our spreadsheet, we're going to go and just put in 52K. And you'll see some of the numbers update. All right, I put too many zeros there, my bad. You'll see some of the other numbers update, and I'll explain that in a moment. Now we're going to go back to the exchange set, and we're going to take a look and see what are 93 selling for. They've been in the high 70s, mid 70s for most of the day. And right now they are at 70. We're going to say 75 because there is one for 72, but the majority of them are 75. So we'll jump back over to our spreadsheet, and for the 93 overall section, we're going to put in 75K. So why is this important? Basically, I'm breaking down the math here for you that if you do this set, you buy the card for 52K, you get 5 collectibles for it. It's an average of about 10.4K per collectible. If you do the 7 collectible set for 93s, you pay 75K for this collectible. It's an average of about 10.7K per collectible. So obviously the lower number in this situation is the better. And we're basically saying, right, if you want to get collectibles at 10.4K, get a 92 at 52K and then put it into that set. You get 5 collectibles. You get to pick the collectibles you want, right? So then the next section of the spreadsheet, we're going to kind of work our way down here, is if we got all of the collectibles we needed for these sets, and I broke them down into the 95 overalls and the 96s. The 95s need 18 collectibles. The 96s need 25 collectibles. How do we know this? Well, we go over to the player section and we look here. Look, 96s, Beckin, Davis, Robinson, they all need 25 collectibles. For the 95, CeeDee Lamb, DeAndre Swift and company, they all need 18. So, back to the spreadsheet. Basically, we're saying if we get collectibles at these values, 10.4 or 10.7, this is the cost to get these cards done, to do a whole set with all collectibles using that exchange method. And if you look to the right of this, these are other numbers you need to update. But if we take a look, these are the costs, current costs. I updated this right around 6 p.m. Eastern time to just buy the card outright. So we'll use CeeDee Lamb for example. If you did the 92 overall, the 5 collectible set straight out to get CeeDee Lamb, you did it to get 18 of those, it would roughly cost you about $187,000. If you did it with the 93 overalls, the 7 collectibles, it's going to cost you $192,000. If you just buy the card outright, $158K. You guys are smart, right? Which one's better? Buying the card outright because it's much, much cheaper. If we go down the list, we're going to notice that this is pretty common with all 95s. $148K for DeAndre Swift, $152K for Cameron Dantzler, $150K for Michael Walker. If you look at the cost, these are all going to be the same costs because they all require the same number of tokens and the values aren't changing here. If we were able to find, say, a 92 overall for $49K, watch the math, watch it update. Now it gets a little bit cheaper, but still not saving us any coins here. So for all the 95s, the cheapest way to get these right now are buying them off the auction house. Now, when it comes to the 96s, we're a little bit different. Again, these values can change. That's why I specifically highlighted these sections where you need to update and price check yourself because prices are going to change. But the point here is that if you look at James Robinson and even Mekhi Becton, it's actually more expensive to buy them outright. Right now, Robinson's flirting right around 286K, Becton about 280K. If we use the collectible method, we can get these cards done for about 245K. Which one's cheaper? That's what we want. Now, if we look at Raekwon Davis, pretty close there, right? 240K to buy him, 245 to make him. If you somehow snipe, a 92 for 45K, now keep in mind, you snipe 192 for 45K, that's only 5 collectibles. You need 18 for 95s, you need 25 for the 96s. But if you can catch a couple for 45K, look at how cheap it gets. So really you want to be out here trying to snipe those 92s and 93s to get better value. Say you get like a 93 for 65K. Is that going to make a huge difference? Absolutely when it comes to the 96s. To the 95s, not really. I think at this point, 95s are kind of a lock to be buying. The 96s become a little bit less expensive if you build them out. Again, assuming that you can find these cards at pretty solid prices, these cards being the 92s and the 93s. So basically, I'm just showing you here what's the cheapest route to build them out via exchange sets or to buy them straight off the auction house. Now, to the right of that, I'm breaking down the price of each collectible under the collectible cost section. And the reason we have this highlighted in blue is because these numbers could change. You might find CD Lamb collectibles starting to go for 9K. The reason that I did this and then put a tax section to the right of it is because down the road, and this is really just thinking forward, and I don't even know what's going to happen, but for those of you watching this video, we're going to put the idea in your head. I'm throwing crazy numbers here, getting a little crazy with the numbers, but say you're able to find a 92 for 40K, right? That means that you're getting 5 collectibles at basically 8K per collectible. Now, if you were to do that and you do the exchange set, you would then want to jump over here to the collectible cost section, and we notice that James Robinson collectibles are about 10.5K after tax, about 9.5K. If you're getting them for 8K per, you could basically do this exchange set and then sell them for this price right here, and then at that point you're going to be making profit. Now that means you need to get some serious snipes, but if you're able to, that's the route that I would be taking right now. With more realistic values, putting 92s at 52K, that's about 10.4K, right? There's nothing here that's going to make us profit, because after tax, all of these cards under the tax section, we're basically getting back less than, we're getting the price per up here. So, with all that being said, no really good method to make coins off of these, but if you can snipe them, there is, or if the auction house starts to turn and the 92s and 93s take a drop in price, but the collectibles do not, then there is going to be profit. Now, the last section, which we updated on the fly, and I purposely wanted to save that for last, is we're now looking at under this buying collectibles section. This is the cost to make each of these cards by buying each collectible at this price. So, if you bought 18 CD Lambs at 9K each, it would cost you 162K to build out that card, versus you can just buy it at 158K, obviously cheaper. Now, if you can somehow manage to buy 18 CD Lamb collectibles at 8,000 coins, you're going to be a busy person on the auction house. It would then cost you a total of 144K. And then at that point, obviously, it's going to be cheaper than buying the card outright. So there you go. That's a good way also to calculate, what's the cheapest route. Now, if we take a look at some of the other options, DeAndre Swift, his collectible, you can find it for about 8K. If you can find 18 of those at 8K, that's 144,000 it would cost you, versus buying it off the auction house for 148K. I know it's not a ton, but you're saving 4,000 coins. With the Cameron Dantzler, his collectibles about 7.8K. If you can buy 18 of those at 7.8K or under, you're going to be able to build out Dantzler for 140,500 coins versus buying him for 152K. So as you can see, Swift, Dantzler, and even if we take a look at, just Swift and Dantzler, they're cheaper to just buy their collectibles outright, assuming you can get them at this cost. And again, that's why this section is highlighted in blue. You need to update this, because this could change quick. Dantzler could start going for 8K, and then the numbers are going to change. With Michael Walker, it looks like you would be cheaper off buying him off the auction house, because it's 150K to do that versus 160 to buy the collectibles. With the 96s, it's definitely much cheaper in certain situations. Look at James Robinson, 286K on the auction house. If you buy 25 of his collectibles at 10,500 coins, it's going to take you a while, but that would only be 262K. So you're saving yourself 18, 19, you're saving yourself some coins. And then by the time you watch this video, I may update a section to do auction cost minus collectible cost, so you guys can see which ones. Let me just do it right now. Hold on. All right, so we updated it, and there's a auction house versus collectibles method on the far right now. The minuses are good. So basically at these numbers, and again, this can change, but say, Swift's goes up to 9,000. Now it would cost you 14K more to do the set with the collectibles versus just buying them. So look for the sections that have minuses. Look at this one, James Robinson, 10,500 coins per collectible. If you did it that route, you would save 23K versus buying off the auction house. Now, say James Robinson goes down to 270K, that number is going to update. It would still be cheaper. You'd save 7,500 coins, but you can see where your value might collide with your time. Do you want to buy all these collectibles to save 7.5K? That's up to you, right? But Mekhi Becton, you could save 42.5K right now at this current value, buying those collectibles at 9.5. Look at Patrick Queen, 37,500 coins. If you can buy 25 of his 96 overalls, 25 of his collectibles at 8.5K. Say somehow they drop down to 8K, bigger savings there, but then say, his auction house cost, his base card goes down to 230K. You're still saving some coins. So there's a lot of different numbers to play around with. The blue sections are the ones you want to update personally. If you guys got any questions, leave it down below in the comment section. I hope this helps. Hope I wasn't too confusing, but I really think this calculator will help you guys find the best way to get each card for the cheapest way possible to build out your Claypool sets, to build out your Chin sets, and ultimately get that Javon curse if you want it. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.